We'll start with the Colts, who we've been talking about, Joe Flacco's new home. The Colts are proposing that, you know what? We should be able to challenge under 2 minutes, too. I don't know what the deal is here. I don't know why in the most important parts of the game, the end of the first half and end of the game as a whole, with the final 2 minutes, we're not allowed to say, that ain't right, even though the rest of the game we are. We're relying on Walt Anderson to be the guy who decides in the biggest moments whether or not a team is getting screwed, even though we're boots on the ground. There's Walt Anderson, Senior VP of NFL Officiating. It is his team that is doing the reviews after 2 minutes. They're the ones that buzz down. There's also people, I think, in every stadium now looking at it, but they're the ones that are supposed to be in charge under 2 minutes. And it's always been a topic of conversation because if a player knows something's happening, he can tell his coach, and his coach can throw challenge flag even if other teams trying to run hurry up. But if you throw a challenge flag in under 2 minutes, a penalty, like it's a detriment to you. You can't even think about it. I don't know why they say you're not allowed to in the final 2 minutes. It feels like that should be allowed. More drama, too. If you have one challenge left, a little desperation, like we're hoping for it almost in there. It's like, I like this rule that's being proposed by the Colts, and I appreciate the challenge becoming something that's being talked about a lot more in these rules, as we'll hit another one here in a matter of moments, AJ.
Yeah, don't you think it's always been dumb, I think, that you get penalized if you end up throwing the flag in under 2 minutes? Like, come on. Like, that should be picked up. I never agreed with that.
After a score, after a turnover, in under 2 minutes, if you throw the challenge flag, you'll get penalized because after a score, they're already reviewing it. So you're throwing a challenge flag on something that's already happened. Turnover, already reviewing it. So you're throwing a challenge flag on something we're already doing. You idiot. Don't do that. We don't need it. Okay? We don't need the whole song and dance. We're already reviewing it. And then in the final 2 minutes, the most important minutes, we're going to send it to Walt Anderson, him and his team.
You can count on us. You can count on us to make the right decision. Yeah.
We got you. Don't worry about it. So the Colts are. That's what Walt said. That's what Walt and his entire crew said. We got you.
Good screenshot.
This is journalism. This is
the
NFL released this.
It's the only one that came up on Google.
They released this. The NFL released this, so that's not on us.
It's a headshot, not a screenshot.
Yeah, and thank you to Walt for his service to the NFL. I think the first 40 years he was a ref, he was probably great. The last 25 years he was a ref, he was not. Sure. And then, moving into that role, this guy refed in the NFL for 6
years. Paid his dues, huh?
Yeah, he certainly did. So we appreciate his service in there. But I do like that Shane Steichen and the Colts are like, this is not happening. No. Like, this needs to change. The Lions, I believe, are proposing, like, why do I lose a challenge at all if I get it right? So the rule now is if you hit both of your challenges and get them right, you will get a third challenge. Pro Football Talk Mike Florio is reporting that the Lions would like that third one to be available if you just get one right.
Agreed.
And I think we have always been on the side of those challenge flags, you got them until you're wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that is what it should be viewed as.
Take it. That's what I think of.
Bingo.
I get it right. Boom. Give me that thing back, just like I'm playing Make It Take It.
Exactly. And the ref should actually hold it. You should get two flags. And, like, when you challenge it, the ref should hold it. And if they're wrong, even do a song and dance.
Yeah.
This one's ours now.
This is genius.
Okay?
Yeah.
Put it in the pocket. Or even get a trash can rolled out.
Yep.
Yeah. Boom! They only have one challenge flag left. And, like, you have that until you're wrong. Because if you're right, that should not... Like, we just bettered the game for everybody.
Right.
We were right, so you shouldn't be punished. I like that coming from the Detroit Football Lions, Foxy. Why do you think that is? Is MCDC a good challenger? I don't think I recall.
I think if you ask the fan base, he's actually not a good challenger.
Well, that's because he never gets a third one.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why they want the third one, so I see why they're doing it.
In your scenario,
I go 50% every game, and so now I'm a bad guy.
People hate me.
I'm bad. There's 10 other calls I'd like to challenge, but I can't. So.
Yep.
In your scenario, there should also be a different color for the first flag as the second flag, so you know that this is your last flag. Okay. And
like a yellow red card type
situation. And if you get this wrong and you don't get it back, you're out.
What's up, AJ?
I mean, it's a great idea, but have you watched these coaches fumble around their different parts of their body that they have the flags tucked into? You want to give them multiple flags to try to keep a track of?
We don't care. That's not on us. Figure it out. You're a professional.
Have a flag guy.
Yeah. There's only 30 jobs.
Hire a flag guy. Pay a guy $140,000 to be your flag guy.
Your get back guy's flag guy.
Now we're creating jobs.
Look at us.
There we go.
Well, I just
said you weren't going to talk politics, I thought.
I just added. Do you have any information
on
conversation you had like 10 years ago?
Potential vice presidential runs? I don't know. Did he say anything about that in the statement that he put
He
out?
didn't say that he wasn't.
He didn't say a single thing, AJ. You saw it. We saw it.
Yeah, come on.
He said nothing about the VP. So it's still in play?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Come on.
You're an ass.
What are you hiding?
March 26th. That's when he said he's announcing, right?
Yeah.
RFK Jr. or Aaron?
RFK Jr. said March 26th, I believe, will be the time he does it.
Until then, every name we put out into the sphere will be treated as a politician who wants to run people's lives. So kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what's happening until March 26th?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's a weird world over there, isn't it? I'm not sure.
AJ, you're the
Keep
best.
me out of it. Keep me out.
Yeah, that's kind of what we said too. Hey, we are not that world. Hey, we appreciate you guys signing up for that though.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
All you smart people. Hey, also figure it out. A lot of questions, but I like the challenge flag. And if you're not good enough to be able to handle 2 flags that could benefit your team in a great way, you should not be a head coach in the NFL.
Bingo.
You know, I appreciate. I think Chuck told us he forgot to flag one game.
Yep.
Chuck said he always had the flag in one particular spot, and for some reason he got caught up in another conversation. He goes out on the field, game starts, goes to where it would be like as a phone, wallet, keys type situation, and oh no, we don't have a. So you had to call somebody over, lift up the headset, obviously, so nobody hears this. Need you to go to my locker and grab that challenge flag. Yep, you'll see it. It's red. It's right where it always is. Now, he got it back before the game kicked off, but you could see how those types of situations could happen, like humans happen. Like, had it, actually set it down, you did that. But if it's an added benefit where you get it back, if you're right, I think that'll heighten how people use it, how people see it, because I think you'll get a little bit better odds of winning if you're willing to throw it a little bit more.
But do you also think it's possible that the NFL would not want this to pass because, let's say, 1 week some coach gets like 8 challenges right, and then it's just basically saying like, these refs suck. These guys are awful. That's 8 calls that they have.
Well, are we trying
wrong.
to be great or not?
Absolutely.
It slows the game down, too, though. That's what they don't want.
Well, we've already answered that.
They've gotten better. They've gotten much better at the quick ones that happen.
There's been a couple that have taken a little bit too long, and the commentators actually say, we have been
What are we
here
doing here?
forever.
Yeah.
And I think they have expedited it because they, this is like when the NCAA was using the word amateurism. Mm-hmm. They created this word.
To validate.
They created it. Hey, why can't we pay him by amateurism? Okay? Amateurism. It's like, well, you made that word up. That's not a real thing. No, but it's a rule.
It's real.
It's a rule, though. It's like, okay, well, that's bullshit. That's not how it is. The NFL would say, these challenges are slowing down our game. They're slowing down. We want to get rid of them. We want to get rid of them. It's like, it's your people that are doing the reviews.
Yes.
Tell them to hurry the up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, tell them, everybody that's watching at home has it figured out before them. Yeah. The commentators, Gene Sterators in there, has it figured out in 4 seconds.
Yep.
Literally 4 seconds. They show them a clip, and it's, after seeing that one, okay, yeah, this is definitely not a catch. Ball dragged against the ground. He tried, but not the case. Now we got to wait a whole commercial break. Now we got to do an entire song and dance. We'll come back, they'll even be in that stupid thing.
Yep.
And then they come out and say, after review, it is not a catch. Because it's like, yeah, we know. Gene just told us 20 minutes ago.
A while ago.
So I do think they have tried to speed that up, but that's a whole other part of it. Like, that process needs to be expedited. That process needs to be done by people who are used to looking at, I don't want to say modern technology, but modern technology, people that are used to using their own controls to like rewind and like bounce around. Like, that's a job, I think, that should be taken very seriously, because if the XFL shows us anything from that last round, not the first one,
Before COVID.
the last one before COVID, before the Seattle nacho
Sea
sales.
Dragon, yeah.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, nacho. The concession stand worker had COVID.
Yep.
Seattle Sea Dragon.
That was tough.
And every chip you ate was potential life or death.
Exactly.
So that thing ended. But the way they reviewed it, they had a younger gentleman with an Xbox controller.
Yep.
With access to every replay, basically right in front of him on a touchscreen. And he just touched it and then play, speed up, slow down, because he was able to use the joystick, and then he zoomed in on something and he was like, boom, what I'm seeing here is this is a fumble. He was communicating directly to the ref, who didn't go over to a thing. The ref was staying in the middle of the field. And then that person told him, and it was like a 15-second thing where the fans actually saw and heard everything that took place, saw the process, and it was over. And it was like the ref made the right call. It was 15 seconds. We move on. The game is continuing. And it's like, why don't you do that? I think they're slowly getting to that. I think it's slowly getting that, because the ref that's up in the seat, is now seemingly much more prevalent. After further discussion, is seemingly happening a little bit more, which is definitely somebody else who has access. We're going to pick up the flag. So I think they are trying to figure it out, and I'm happy that the Lions are kind of pressing them a little bit, and also the Colts are pressing them. It's like, hey, if we're going to try to fix this, let's make this thing good.
Yeah, and you mentioned him, like Gene needs a more prominent role in the league as a whole.
Yeah.
Like if it, obviously, he has his job with CBS and it's a great thing, but like the NFL needs him back in it to help this entire situation.
You better pay him.
Gene?
Yeah, Gene's territory. Yeah.
I'm
Why
sorry,
would Gene do that? Gene has a great gig. Why would he do that?
Well, they would just have to pay him.
Yeah.
I think they would have to pay him
They won't.
a competitive price, which they have seemingly not done in the past, but maybe they will now because it seems like it's more of a focal point than it's ever been because there's a lot of money on this entire thing. But also, Gene loves the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gene. So why would Gene do that? I think if Gene started seeing, and this has not been a conversation I've had with Paisan, I'm just saying from my perspective of talking and knowing Gene, if he saw it declining heavily in the officiating situation, which I think a lot of us are like, this can be a lot better, maybe that would be something that would get him back in there. He's a Yinzer, obviously loves ball, knows ball, and if he got back